Welcome to Psi Factor and the Cougar. It goes like this.
Wait, this is bullshit. Don't.
It's Psi Factor and the Cougars Straight Talk.
Holy cow, Mikey Hepner.
Oh,
Guitar for that.
Lead guitar. Did everybody listen to that song?
Can you play it again?
Yeah.
Louder.
Yeah.
We'll just play it through the whole show. Welcome to Psi Factor and the Cougar. This is the first live show we've ever done. That's the Cougar. I'm Psi Factor. We got Mikey Hepner, Ty Segall over there. Big round of applause for the guests. And now a bigger round of applause for the hosts. Yeah! All right.
Thank you, everybody. Could you turn down this mic a little bit? It's okay. I'm kidding. Thanks a lot for everybody for showing up. As you know, we were very much influenced by this Steve Albini food lab. So for the next 4 hours, we're going to be talking about food.
Food.
I don't know if you guys caught that. The Steve Albini food. Okay, I thought there was a lot of food fans here. So obviously a lot of you people were just coming back from the Win Butler Bon Iver basketball. That's great news. So we're going to be talking about sports for the next 7 hours. What were you guys actually expecting this to be honest? Did you guys come down and think that we were going to be talking about songs?
We thought it would be WKRP in Cincinnati with you in the role of Johnny Fever.
Yeah, it sort of is. Or it's like, now I'm showing my age, but it's also like that Little Rascals episode where they put on their parents' clothes and charge a nickel and have a show in the barn. It's also. Are you going to do sound effects every minute?
This is going really well.
I never
good.
do sound effects, so that I'm going to be all over this thing the whole interview.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
You lucky people that came down to hear Ty talk about himself, but in actual fact, prepare for the next hour to hear us talk about ourselves.
Yeah. Funny thing happened to me this weekend, actually. Thanks, Ty, for showing up, and Mikey as well. This summer's ending, everybody. Yeah. Summer's ending. Seasons are changing. People are changing. This summer for me, I'm not an anti-drug person. I'm not a pro-drug person. But I will say this. I rediscovered my love of drugs this summer. And I'm a bit older than most of you in this room. I'm 31 years old. So that was odd that I just reignited my love of drugs. Did you guys do anything this summer?
Summer of drugs.
I did some drugs.
You did. See, here's the drug that I got totally, because I'm really like alcohol, I'm very picky with my drugs. Like, I don't like cocaine because you know how it turns you into like the worst person ever. Like, you're hanging out with your friends and you turn into an insurance salesman and you're like, people are dying, man, they're dying. And you're like, who? They're like, who invited Mr. Drama? He does sound effects. That's the only thing he does. But what I really got into is MDMA, which is fucking...
What's the sound effect for that?
Looking,
A hug. How do you do a
everybody.
hug? How do you do, like, dude, you look like you need a massage.
Yeah. No, he did it with us, and we were out in the country, and then all of a sudden he just didn't stop talking for about 7 hours straight.
And I just did MDMA like an hour ago. So you might as well just unplug that microphone right now. But anyways, if anybody hasn't done MDMA, I recommend you go and do some ASAP. It's one of the best drugs ever. Yeah, that's right, kids. Ty, what are some of the drugs that you have been doing this summer? We're just talking summer. Like, let's not go back to grade 2.
I did, mushrooms this summer.
Awesome.
Yes, I've taken a lot of mushrooms over the course of my life.
Yeah.
I took quite a bit, actually, and it was kind of scary,
Really?
but great.
Because you didn't do the thing where you gauge it. You're just like, I'm going to do this stem. And that's important, kids, that you gauge your drugs. If you're going to do mushrooms, don't do the whole thing.
Yeah, it's like Slayer says, it's just by going piece by piece.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you're quoting Tom Araya.
Thank you.
And also, if you are going to take mushrooms, listen to Slayer.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You will see God. So was it a summer thing? You're like, mushrooms is really agreeing with me.
Well, to me, I used to take mushrooms as kind of like a cleansing of the palate kind of a thing. If you need some sort of alternate perspective or something, do it. Or if you're just with a bunch of friends at a lake and you like swimming, mushrooms are also great.
It's also it's a good giggly.
I agree with the lake thing
Swimming
a lot.
is cool.
Mikey, Mikey just got married, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, ladies.
Thank you.
And
He's a really nice guy.
yes, Josh is a very lucky man.
Yes, he is. Regional humor.
Yes.
We talked about this on our show before, but when the Cougar and I were growing up, there was a local kid that died by taking a blotter.
We were working on our Model T.
Blotter hits, yeah. And he died he took acid and drowned. And his name was Benji, and they used him as, like, in all the papers would say, Benji died, and blah, blah, blah. And then about a week later, somebody came out with Benji blotter hits. Hold on a second. Benji blotter hits.
But to answer you, no, I didn't have that many drug experiences this summer.
Nothing.
I got given a lot of drugs.
And then you just gave them away?
I re-gifted,
You put them in the freezer?
No, I re-gifted.
It's weird that why am I just getting into drugs now?
It's the right time.
It is the right time. Here's the weird thing, though, is that I guess there's a graduation that goes on, because for the longest time, I'm like, no, none of that for me, thank you very much. I'll just stick to my Labatt's 50, and I'll be fine. And then I was like, fuck, it's summer, it's like warm out, I'm in a park. Yes, I do want to do some of those mushrooms. But I gauged it and just went, oh, this is great, it's warm, it's awesome. And then somebody's like, hey, do you want to do MDMA? And I'm like, oh, like where I eventually end up massaging you? Okay, sure, I could do that. So I ended up doing this MDMA, but it was like super mild. It was like, I was just like, oh, okay, this is fun, this is kind of cool. And it's one of those things like, I think I can feel it. Am I high? I don't really know. I could be high.
You got to take more.
No, I know. No. Apparently, there's like a limit.
He took it. He took
Really?
it though, and
No.
then after
Until I have
You
a
can take as
pacifier
much
in my
of
mouth.
that as you can swallow.
Really?
Yep.
he took it, and then afterwards, about 20 minutes later, it went, holy shit! Does MDMA work with Adderall? Because I take Adderall every day.
Yeah.
And
But
so
it ended up it counters each other out.
somebody looked it up, and apparently they cancel each other out.
Yeah. See, this is educational as well. So anyway, then every time, for some odd reason, MDMA just keeps showing up, and I'm not paying for it.
Have you seen those moon rocks yet?
The what?
The moon rocks.
No.
They're showing up. It's like a pure form of MDMA.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that an American thing?
I've
Because roller
only
skating
seen
just
it
got
in-
big here.
I've only seen it in America. I've seen it in New York and California.
Oh, okay.
But it's weird to have someone come up to you at a bar and be like, I'm on the moon rocks, man.
Yeah.
You're like, that's cool. What the hell's going on?
That sounds like somebody I would want to hang out
It's
with.
weird.
I just got it from the pet store.
The moon rocks.
Yeah, because
It's
they're
next to
selling
the
tons of
sand.
drugs at pet stores now. Anyway, so I'm doing MDMA the whole summer, and it's constantly like that. Okay, I think I'm high. Maybe it's the Adderall thing. I might be high, and then I'm like, I don't feel like putting a pacifier in my mouth. I don't feel like giving Mikey a massage. Like maybe I'm not high.
How much?
And then
I don't know. Yeah.
And then, so I figure I've got this whole drug thing. I've saddled it up and figured it out.
Whenever I've done MDMA, it feels like the complete opposite. It's usually
Your
a decision.
hate.
It's a decision.
just-
No.
it's like-
It's a good. It's a happy up
Oh, okay.
thing. But it always starts with that I'm drunk enough to make a decision. Like, sure, I'll do MDMA
It's
mixed
at
with
3
Coke.
o'clock in the morning.
And I do enough of it that it's always the same scenario. It's like, all right, party back at my apartment, and then there's like 12 people that I don't know there, and it goes from, "Whoa, this is amazing," to like just scene cut to like sitting on the stairs outside my apartment, and the sun's coming up, and I don't know where anyone's gone, what's happened in the last few hours, and then for the rest of the day, it's like a digital crunching hangover, chemical. Disgusting.
Really, I never got a
sandpaper
hangover.
eyeballs.
But now you're a married man. Now you're just like, fuck. I got to wake up for IKEA in the morning.
Yeah.
I have to go to Jean Talon and squeeze vegetables with my significant other,
Yeah.
Josh.
Yeah.
So you're not doing drugs at all. Like you're just like that's written off.
Yeah. No. Well, I mean, you know,
were never-
like I said, like it's usually a decision made when I'm too drunk to realize, because I frequently am drunk.
Yeah.
Very often am
Yeah.
I drunk? Yes.
Yeah.
So I think I have a group of friends that don't carry MDMA around with them very much anymore, or shrooms even, because yeah. I'm a very easy to go along with the train kind of person.
Mm-hmm.
See, booze is my gateway drug. If I won't touch
Every time.
any kind of drug unless I'm good.
I
and
will
wasted.
touch almost any kind of drug if I'm drunk enough.
Yeah.
Oh, full on. If you're like drunk and somebody's like, fucking, let's do bath salts and rip each other's faces off, you're like, fuck, I'm in.
I
I'll
can't.
buy that ticket.
I wish I was more like that, but I have.
If you're
I'm
drunk,
like I'm like a constant like I have shit to do tomorrow kind of guy.
really?
I'll like.
You should move to Montreal.
Yeah, you should. Yeah.
That doesn't mean I'm not going to be up till 5 a.m, but at
Yeah.
5 a.m, I'm not going to take the.
Fuck, you guys have
the
your shit
acid, you
together.
know. But I'm more of like a day. If you're going to take drugs, do it during the day with a friend, and you can like kind of have a deep conversation with.
Do it during the day with a friend. That's crazy talk, man. I could
No.
You know what? When
Do it
they were
during the
like,
day.
when they were like handing out blank pieces of paper in grade 1, and the teacher's like, "Okay, everybody, write down when I grow up, I want to be." Did you write down? I just want to do drugs during the day.
No, I think I wrote I want to be Batman,
Same thing.
but that's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I wanted to be a scientist, but Batman's a scientist.
Is he?
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wayne? What the fuck is his name?
Bruce Wayne.
Bruce Wayne.
Bruce Wayne. Yeah. Going back to drugs for an hour. That we'll be talking about for an hour, and then talking about songs for 25 seconds.
Okay.
All of us talking at once about song.
Do you want to just talk about Strawberry Fields Forever for 1 second?
Yeah. Sgt. Pepper's overrated? I say yes.
It's good sometimes. I like
No.
it. A lot.
It's deserving of all its praise.
It's really good.
Okay, fuck off.
So what other
Let's
drugs
just-
did you take?
Sorry.
So check this out.
Sorry.
So I'm doing MDMA, loving it, but going, this is a little
Wait,
mild.
Sgt. Pepper doesn't really have Strawberry Fields on it. That was a single
Did
released
John
around the
Lennon
same
do
time.
MDMA?
No, it's on a Magical Mystery Tour, Strawberry Field.
Right.
So it's been a learning experience for everybody.
But it was
here.
released as
So-
a single before Sgt. Pepper came out.
Fucking hell, really?
This is it, man.
This
We're
is-
talking about a song. And then
Okay. Anyways,
Good fucking song.
I was doing MDMA, and I'm like, oh, this is a totally mild drug. And not the last time I did MDMA, which was like a week and a half ago, but the time before that, when Oceaga was happening. And these friends of mine who I haven't seen in a while, and we were like, oh, remember the time, blah, blah, blah. And then it's like 2 o'clock in the morning at the terrace at Casa, which is this bar not far from here. And it's a small terrace. And somebody comes up with the great drunken idea, hey, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. It would be totally a good idea for all of us to do MDMA. And I'm like, well, that sounds great. but I don't want to be up all night. So that would be kind of a drag there. And they just kept saying, no, man, it's super, super mild. Don't worry about it. And then I was like, okay, well then, yeah, fuck it. So take this MDMA, and I'm with these other people at the table, and one of the guys starts going, I'm
Tommy Stinson from the Replacements.
yeah, I'm like talking to him. Not fuck, man.
Well, he wasn't. He didn't-
Yeah, but who cares?
All right.
Anyways, he didn't do MDMA.
I know, but it makes the story a bit more interesting.
Oh, okay. And anyways, so I'm talking to this guy going, fucking Sergeant Pepper's overrated or not? You know, blah, blah, blah. And then he starts going, fuck, man, I'm really fucking high. And I was like, yeah, I know, man. Relax. We're all high. It's cool. Just keep drinking
That's what
beer.
drugs do.
Yeah, but I was like, thought, oh, MDMA is just like doing aspirin or something. It's like jogging on the spot for 20 minutes. My whole summer was like, wow, this is really mild. I guess there was just like very stepped on MDMA going
Were
around.
you taking
town.
a bunch all summer?
No, yeah. Yeah, but like never more than once a week. Like I wasn't following the dead or anything. Like
Okay.
I was just like
Well, it stops working as well if you take it that often.
more like once a week.
Yeah.
Fuck,
And
this
what
is the
about all
most
this- what about the-
educational podcast we've
don't know.
ever fucking done.
What about the Adderall connection that you made earlier?
That's what I
too?
was thinking. I was
Yeah.
thinking, so maybe, okay, whatever. So the one guy was
Xavier who? Let's just call him X caffeine to be
X
safe.
Factor.
The Cougar.
So he starts going, fuck, dude, I'm really fucking high. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool, man. Anyways, Sergeant Pepper is like kind of over. He's like, no, man, I'm really fucking high. And then I started going, fuck, relax, man, we're all high. And he's like, no, I gotta fucking put some water on my face. And I was like going, whoa, okay. I guess just like an adverse, weird reaction that maybe somebody personally has or something. I'm fine. I'm talking about Sergeant Pepper's. I'm having a beer with Tommy Stinson going, I hear Axel's a bit difficult to work with. Like, you know, I was like having a good time talking with this like weird LA actress that was there. And it's true, they're not very smart. Anyway, so he takes off, like freaking out, like holding onto walls, you know, to like, you know, those people when they're like really drunk, you're like, that person's going to puke. And he's doing that, and it's a bummer for everybody, and you're like going, whoa. So me and the other guy that I did MDMA with, we were like, wow, that was weird. And I was like, yeah, I know. I hope he's okay. Like, I guess he'll just vomit and then come back going, whoa, that was crazy. Does anybody have a certs? Or something like that. And he never comes back. He's like lost in the ether. Like 20 minutes go by and I'm like, there's no way. Like, is he vomiting up his lungs? There's no way he's still. But sure enough, he's like gone. He's not at Casa anymore. So I'm like, oh, that's weird. And the other guy's like, yeah, that's kind of weird. Like 10 minutes go by. And then the other guy starts going, holy fuck, man, I'm really fucking high. And I'm like, I know, we're all really high. We're talking about how Axel is difficult to work with. Relax. And he's like, no, fuck, I'm really like freaking. And then he starts like sweating like fucking crazy. And then I'm like, dude, are you going to puke? And he's like, yes. And nobody admits, drunk people never admit they're going to puke. They're like, no, I got this. I can just figure this one out. And then they always barf anyways. So I'm like, do you need a hand to the bathroom? Like he was that fucked up on MDMA.
That shit fucks you up, man.
I didn't know this at all. So
This is a boring story, man.
then I turned into a lizard. Fuck off, man. Yeah, how much did you pay to get in here? Let me tell the story. So then anyways, he goes and he's gone for like 20 minutes. And then I'm sitting there talking with this LA actress, and she starts going, you look fine. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And she's like, you got this. And I was like, what are you talking about? And she's like, you're not going to puke. And then I was going, it wasn't even in my head. And then it was just like, I guess like this thing where it was just going, like these crazy crushing fucking things, and it kept happening faster and faster, and then like sweat just started pouring out of me. Is that MDMA? Because I was so fucking high. I haven't vomited in like 15 years, totally puked my guts out, and then had the best high ever. The next thing I knew, I was at Castle one minute. The next thing I knew, I was like on my front porch having a cigarette. I didn't even say goodbye to anybody or anything. I was just like freaking out.
But what you forgot
like
to mention is when he heaved, he pulled his beard to the left side and heaved off the right.
Well, I mean, come on. At least
The Cougar.
The Cougar.
So anyways, songs.
Songs.
Yeah.
Let's get back to songs.
I know this one song about one time I did MDMA, and I was just so out of it. I have like just little flashes of sort of dreamlike memories of the because it was around 6, 7, 8 in the morning, and all my friends had left because I told them to go away because I was too high to be around them. And then so I was alone, and I wandered all over the streets, all the plateau. I went to I was in front of the breakfast restaurant that I normally frequent, and they were setting up, and they're like, "Mikey, you okay?"
View de Saint Laurent.
View de Saint Laurent, yeah. And I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine." And I realized I'm not wearing any shoes. And I wandered into an apartment that wasn't mine. Had people scream at me to get out, and I really didn't know what I was doing. Like it was really fucked. And then then I'm outside, and you remember that one homeless guy that used to have the cart with all the stuff? Apparently, I just heard recently
the
that
cats?
he died. No.
Oh.
Anyway, I walk up to him, and he comes, and I just remember him looking at me, super concerned, like, "Hey man, t'es-tu correct? T'es-tu correct, man? Like, are you okay?
Man.
Are you okay?"
If a man who sleeps
Yeah.
in a refrigerator box is concerned about you, you
Yeah.
are really fucking high.
Yeah. He was looking out for me. But yeah, that was pretty bad.
One street sale a few years back, Jonathan and I were getting loaded right in front of...
And cheap tube socks.
That's right.
very
and we saw somebody walk by with, what is it, no, it wasn't a Dan Electro.
Mike's
see-through
stolen guitar. Yeah.
When, hey, that looks like Mikey's
was,
guitar.
it
was Mikey's guitar.
Yeah, that was my
then you ended up
Dan Armstrong.
Oh, that's right.
Ampeg
That's
Dan
right.
Armstrong.
Did you buy it?
No, some guy broke into his apartment and ripped it off, and we were both going like, "Fuck, that looks like Mikey's
man.
guitar." And the guy walked right by us.
Yeah, they wouldn't have known it was stolen at the time.
Yes,
Yeah.
but it was like
sucks.
2 blocks from his place. But he ended up finding it at.
I was home when it happened. The guy, I was playing drums in my room, and I guess that's when he came upstairs, and I only realized the next day that it was stolen. I was like, "Where the fuck's my Dan?"
He had it over his shoulder, like totally in plain sight. But he ended up.
Would you be
finding
able
it.
to ID the guy again? Do you remember what he looked like?
Yeah, all that I remember is that he
You
looked
kept telling me
really
you're
normal.
like, yeah, exactly. You kept
Yeah.
telling me you're like,
I'm like, he
I was
looks
like, what
like
did he look
everybody.
like? And you're like,
He
he just
literally
looked like
looks
a
like-
dude, you know, like a dude. He was
Yeah.
like a dude.
Never.
And
Like,
you were
that
there,
doesn't help, man.
And you were there with a sketch pad going, okay.
I found it in a pawn shop, though.
Dude,
A friend of
dude's
mine
eyes.
found it in a pawn
And then
shop.
basically, I just described that picture of Murray over there.
He was wearing a cravat.
Yeah.
But what was it? Yeah, you never rely on his testimony because due to a lot of MDA and other drugs, his brain sucks when it comes to any kind
Right.
of memory. But Mikey ended up finding the guitar back
got it back.
at a pawn shop. The guy looked like somebody from like Heavy Metal Parking Lot, basically.
Okay.
A dude.
So if anybody
Metalhead.
out there sees a guy that looks like somebody from Heavy Metal Parking Lot, then bum rush him. Silence.
Yeah. Songs.
Songs.
Have you guys written any songs?
I've written a song.
I've written a song.
Yeah.
I love them. You can hum along to them.
What kind of music do you guys
I know
play?
that you've written a song.
I've written
I've
a
heard
song.
your song, actually.
Yeah, I heard.
It's good.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Pretty beaut.
It's a good
It's a
song.
good one.
Yeah, I think
you.
you got something there.
Thank you.
Yeah. So what's the most fucked up you've ever been, Ty?
Most fucked up I've ever been.
Yeah.
There's quite a few of those
That's a
moments.
great question, by the way.
Yeah. While
A few.
listening
There's
to
a
a
few.
song.
What
thinking
made you
about a
decide
song.
to play music, Ty?
The what?
What made you decide to play music?
I was fucked up at the time.
Fucking beaut.
Okay, describe that fucked up
No,
time.
no. I was a little kid. I was a little kid when I wanted to play music. You know,
No, I
just
wasn't
like any
being
little
serious,
kid.
though. That's like a little kid question, though.
But I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
I was a little kid. Most fucked up I've ever been before was pretty bad. Let's see. I used to get really fucked up a lot.
Did you ever go to the hospital on drugs?
No,
He did.
Twice.
Same here.
Yeah.
Because if you're super high on acid or whatever, the first thing you're going to want to be, the place you want to be is an emergency room with
No
like
fucking way.
sucking chest wounds and like a guy who had
Yeah.
a problem trying to repair his lawnmower.
It's like a
If you're
scene.
really freaking out high, that's where you want to be.
It's like a scene from like a teenage Animal House movie. Like my mom was like, "What's wrong with you? What's wrong?" and asking me, and I was so high on acid. Finally, I just went like, "Mom, you got to take me to the hospital. I'm freaking out. I did LSD. What? Who gave it to you? My brother did.
Benji.
And
You got it from Benji.
And so she took me to the hospital, and I basically walked through the sliding doors over and over and over again because I thought it was really cool. Until finally they saw me and gave me downers, and that cleared everything up. Clickety click, Barbara trick.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's good.
So what was yours? It was alcohol if you were a little kid?
No, yeah, no. I mean, I was like, I'm a fan of drugs, but never like, I've never been into acid or coke or MDMA or anything. I was like a mushroom guy. I'd be like, let's go to the forest and talk about shit for 2 days, and that was always cool. But when I would get really fucked up, it was like, okay, we just drank 2 giant handles of tequila, and and then like broke shit at my in my room when I was 17 or something, But it was just because I was angry. I was a mad young man.
What was your favorite drug record? Did you have a go-to
Drug
record?
record?
What's your favorite drug song?
Like all of Dark Side of the Moon?
I mean, The Dead's pretty great.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Dark Star.
I'm sorry if it pisses people off, but
No, it's got to be
The
Dark
Dead
Star.
rules. I love The Dead.
Like American Beauty era or
Yeah, I mean, Anthem of the Sun, American Beauty, like Axel Moxo,
Workman's Dead.
whatever. Like the country stuff's great. Like, but I'm the ones
trippy shit.
right before, Working Man's Dead and American Beauty are like the more drug style.
When was the Oxomoxoa record? When does that fit in?
I think I might be wrong. I think it's right before American Beauty, and it's the one where they blew all their budget from Warner Brothers. Like, they were in debt for 10 years to Warner Brothers.
Did you ever
for
see that
record.
documentary where they talk about American Beauty and they apparently Warner Brothers hated them. Everybody there hated them, but when they played the record, they were at one of those meetings where there's 20 of the people from Warner listening to the record, and they're all of them started standing up and cheering when the record started playing and shit.
Yeah, because that was the record they always wanted them to make.
Yeah.
They were that. Same with Quicksilver, Messenger Service, a lot of those San Francisco bands, they were such, and Blue Cheer. If you talk to a record executive,
Yeah.
they never made the record. If you talk to an exec, but that's not true, But so all these people are trying to sign these bands, and are like, oh, it's the next Jefferson Airplane, it's the next whatever. But then they give them these records that were just super far out and fucked up and weird, and they'd be like, no, that's not how you sound live. And they're
Inaccessible.
like, no. We got really weird in the studio, isn't it cool? And they're like, no, it's not how you sounded like at the Fillmore, so it's a lot of that stuff, I'm sure.
You know how I got into the Grateful Dead? Well, I'm not a deadhead, but if somebody puts on Dark Star, I'm like, oh, this fucking song is awesome. Was through Black Flag, because Black Flag were just and the Meat Puppets, they were just fucking Grateful Dead's best band ever, and I'm like, wow, because those are
Greg
my
Ginn
2
is
favorite
huge.
bands. And then I'm like, I should probably check out this band. But I was so when punk kind of fucks up your head and you're just you're not open.
Well, the weird
'Cause
thing
it's
about
this isn't Minor Threat.
the weird thing about punk, is the image of it. You are just as if you were a Deadhead, Strictly, or a psychedelic fan, bred to hate punks. If you're a punk bred to hate your parents, you'll hate that image, which is just as close-minded as your parents were if you were in that reverse side. So it's pretty amazing to realize that Greg Ginn's favorite band was The Dead. You're like, holy shit, that's amazing. And then you should take drugs and then think about that and listen to both records at the same time.
That is true.
That's a really good.
actually.
And
that's
watch
good
Wizard of
advice.
Oz.
Very much.
Yeah.
Take drugs and listen only to Grateful Dead and
Maybe
Black
they
Flag.
should have put
Black Flag
Yeah,
back to back.
maybe that should have been how this thing was completely described. Psi Factor and the Cougar with their guests Ty Segall and Mikey Hepner discussed Grateful Dead and Black Flag for an hour.
Are you a
And
fan?
why
Are
they're
you a
very
fan? Are you a fan
similar.
of Bowie?
Massive fan of
Fuck,
Bowie.
he's the best.
the
I don't
best.
care what anybody. How many Bowie records do you own? Well,
I like the
I'm
dude.
always
It's like,
suspicious of
he's
anybody
fine.
that doesn't.
It's just there's certain bands like where you're like, oh, I really like that band. I don't know why I don't have all the like CCR. Every time I hear them, I'm like, fuck, that guy's such a good singer. These songs are great. But then I'm just like, I just never end up buying the records. I have like Low.
Download them, man.
You know what I find strange because I like Bowie is so like dramatic, like overly dramatic in a way, like Broadway overly dramatic, and yet I hate almost all overly dramatic other kinds, especially like
Morrissey. You probably don't.
no, that's not that overly dramatic. You know, like I think.
I find Morrissey to be overly boring most of the time.
He's fucking terrible. You know why though? Because it's like I can't sit there and listen to a guy going, I forgot to floss this morning and I feel like dying.
He serves a purpose.
I'm already
to
like,
depress
I'm already
suburban
like,
kids.
oh, fucking shut the fuck up. I could listen to the Deers if I wanted to hear this shit. The Deers were a popular band in Montreal.
But there, yeah.
years ago. Very popular. I think John Gomeshi is still. I wonder, did any of you guys like show up to this thing thinking it was going to be like John Gomeshi discusses songs?
It's not that different from that.
Really?
It is though. He doesn't talk about
Because
drugs
this
or
just sounds like a
David Bowie.
middle-aged
Well, maybe
slumber
Bowie.
party. It's like a slumber party with
Perrier.
middle-aged people going, "Who do you
Perrier
like?"
beer.
I don't know. Who do you like? Oh, I don't know.
That is
I
true.
think Karen's cute. I'm thinking about asking her to IKEA. Oh.
The Cougar.
Wait, is it IKEA that has the rad cheap food?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
really good
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
food too.
Oh,
That
man.
would be a good fucking date
If IKEA was any,
because it's easy on the pocketbook.
if there was a close
And
IKEA
you're like,
to
one
here, I'd
day-
eat breakfast there every day.
It's
that couch could
subliminal.
be ours.
It's like
if this
$2
works
for
out.
breakfast.
And you're like, oh man, all I got is $2 now, but just wait until later. I'm gonna get you that thing right there. It's
Yeah.
cool.
The Utenblauten. Umlauts over every single letter of the word.
Mikey, you're a married man now.
Yeah.
This is called
Yes.
a segue. in
What's that like?
podcasting.
By the way,
Am I the only grown up here?
Yeah.
you reminded me. I just recently saw a movie about a couple that married. I thought I'd recommend it to the crowd because I want you guys to take something with you because you're not going to get anything else from the rest of this hour. But
2 hours. actually.
It feels like 2 hours
This is going to be
already.
an extended dance mix.
And the
of
movie's
Grateful Dead.
about a gentleman that robs a bank to pay for a sex change operation for his wife, who's a guy, and this takes place in the 70s. And he robs a bank in Brooklyn, and there becomes a big to-do. And the story is that's what Dog Day Afternoon was. So they based the story on this true event. I don't know how many of you have seen that movie, but it's a beaut.
What's it called?
Dog Day Afternoon, Al Pacino. So
seen that one.
there. Oh,
Is that the?
Are there songs?
$6,000.
Are there songs?
$6,000.
Anyway, it's called Dog Documentary. Check it out. Now it's like it is like Giameshi.
It is, yeah. There's not a minute that goes by where he doesn't make segues from MDMA right into. I saw a movie recently.
Well, okay, you talk then.
Well, Mikey, I'm very impressed that you've gone married and you've turned into a grown up. And we were talking about IKEA. I have recently started dating, as I'm oddly enough still single. Is there any advice you could give to me for dating, or Ty as well? Are you a dater?
No, I have a girlfriend.
Oh, okay. I wasn't asking if you
6-year
out.
anniversary, like a week ago.
Let's come on. Let's
Yeah.
have a round of
Pretty
applause
good.
for that.
Yeah,
And was it IKEA?
she's a good one.
Was IKEA the golden ticket?
It was the IKEA date, wasn't it?
Yeah, we went to IKEA and I couldn't afford the breakfast. And
Oh.
She's like, I'll help
She
you out.
covered you, and you went,
She covered
this
me,
is
and
true love.
And it worked out. All right, you know.
Because you could have like just pointed at bunk beds, going, "That will be us
Yeah.
soon."
And your
like-
your family in the bottom bunk
Would
bed.
you like another $2 plate of meatballs?
I
meatballs are
frequently
weird.
swim around in the children's ball thing that they have there.
They have a playland there.
Do they have one of those?
Yeah.
And they have the
I love
adult
it.
one that's the meatballs. You get it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there any advice, either of you guys? Because I'm not exactly Tinder material. It's not going to fare well.
You just got to be
all.
honest, man. You got to
Really?
be honest. Yep, straight
About
up.
my emotions.
About everything.
Just spilled on
Really?
your shoe.
Jesus.
Oh, what the
Sorry.
fuck?
I'm really sorry.
Worst podcast
Yo, put me on the
ever.
guest list plus one for the
Griffin.
show tonight.
Deal. I'm sorry.
VIP passes, fuck.
Sure.
Look, fuck that, you guys. I'm trying
Seriously,
to
though?
I'm trying to get dates.
I like going
What are you guys
backstage and club
talking
soda.
about?
I'm down.
Cool, thanks, man. It's just me and my wife. We're going to hang out down there.
I got you.
So just be honest. That's
Honesty.
it.
That's it.
You know,
Really?
roll, you know.
Yeah, without
Because
having
I'm being
any,
honest
I don't
right.
have any, I
I'm
could
being
go with all
honest
kinds
right
of-
now, and I
Yeah.
can guarantee you, if I were to go around this room asking for dates, it wouldn't fare well.
No, well, no. But
I like the Tinder idea, though. Just
I can
use a
come up with
picture
all
of, like,
kinds of
Zac
jokes, but yeah,
Efron.
seriously, you just be honest and it should all work out.
Really?
Being honest to yourself is very important.
Okay.
And
know, like-
encourage your dates to be
Do you
honest
guys have
with
a
you.
plan B?
Maybe.
Maybe?
Do we have a plan?
Lie like fucking
Lie
crazy.
like a fucking
Tell him you're
bastard.
rich. You're
I'm,
rich.
I'm a
I'm
fucking
rich.
heart surgeon.
The first thing you should say is, "I'm rich as fuck.
I'm so fucking
I'm
rich.
fucking rich." That's
Really?
that's what you said the last time we did the podcast. I'm fucking rich.
I am let's just say I'm very comfortable. Well, thank
See,
you guys.
that's honest, right? 'Cause
Yeah,
you're on a couch.
yeah,
You
yeah.
look unflappable. Your feet are up.
Well, I just
Things
feel
are
like
good.
thanks for coming over to my living room, but
You
This
could
is
say,
awesome.
I'm not
did
rich,
you do
but I'm
MDMA
very
and
comfortable."
invite all these people back to your house?
What people?
This is a little weird. We should mention that me and Psi Factor have do a podcast, which apparently is very big.
I think
That
Ty Segall's big.
Ty Segall is very.
Is it Segall or Seagal? I don't even know.
It's Segall.
Okay.
Okay. Well, there's a magazine in town called Cult Montreal, and it said a best podcast, and it was like 1 to 5. We didn't even fucking make that. There was like a guy
We weren't even
who has
nominated.
a podcast on shoes. He collects shoes or something, and he talks about that ad nauseum. That was number 5. We didn't even fucking rank. And then I don't know why they asked us to do this. They honestly thought like, well, we'll come up with a theme. It'll be songs. And I'm like, well, how
Songs.
about if I just start drinking at 4 and we just
It's
do
great.
whatever?
It's great. This is kind of like Between Three Ferns.
It is.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And ficus or whatever those things
Or,
are called.
yeah.
Palm tree.
The plants between 7 plants. Just call it 7 plants.
I wanted to ask you a question, actually.
Oh, fucking
Okay.
taking over
What do
the
you think of
podcast.
President
Son of a
Obama?
bitch.
Do people call you Ty Segall in other places as well, or is it just in like Montreal? Because I
Yeah.
have a Montreal reason why they do that. If that's the
Okay.
case.
Yeah, no,
That's
yeah.
a great question.
Because
That's good.
It's kind of all over the
you
place.
get Segall. Okay, well, there's a grocery store where everyone buys food called Segall's,
Okay.
and so they see your name and they're like, oh,
The push and
spelled the
shove.
same way. So Ty
I get,
Segall.
yeah. Segall.
Steven. Word association.
Yes.
Steven Seagal, right there.
That's,
Simple.
that's the
Yeah.
Do
big
people
one.
ever
Lots
come up
of
to you
people.
going,
Mark
I
Burdett.
very,
Shut
I
my
very
mouth.
much enjoy your kung fu films, Steven
A
Seagal?
lot of people see the resemblance, especially in my face.
Do people ever come
are
up to you, and maybe because they've been skimming quickly through alternative press, maybe at their dentist's office or something, and just go and confuse you with like Kurt Weill or say Mac DeMarco going, has anybody ever come up to you going, I very much enjoy your song Viceroy?
No. No. Mac and I look completely different except for our hair color. Kurt and I look completely different too. If you look at us next to each other, like I'm a lot whiter and,
You're much
I
more-
eat a
you're
lot
much more
more.
muscular.
I eat a lot
Do
more.
people ever come
Drink
up
a lot
to you going, Mr. Bunny Carlos, I am a big fan of your drumming and Cheap Trick.
Holy Cheap Trick, though. Come on. Fucking amazing.
Wait, say that one more time.
I love your band.
I can't do
I
that.
love Cheap Trick.
I'm really high right now, man.
You're tripping out, man. Don't worry. Don't worry. You have control of the cameras. You can take the videotape home if you want to not air it. So don't worry.
Has it been an hour yet?
If we put a blue screen behind us, it could look like we were going down a roller coaster the whole interview. That would really
pretty good.
spruce things up. That would really add a lot of pizzazz to this.
With just Mikey's bored face the entire time?
Yeah,
Going,
I thought he was
fucking-
going to start
when is this
texting
fucking-
for a while.
Roller coasters don't affect me at all.
I thought
It
you were
doesn't
gonna-
sound like my microphone's working. I have to talk loud.
Yeah.
Is this microphone on?
Oh, man.
Is this loud?
Ow, don't, man. There's people that are really high right now.
I'm sorry.
What do you guys think? Has this been amazing?
Fucking
Have you guys
amazing.
really enjoyed it? One guy liked it.
I guess we'll take some questions from you guys. Should we take questions or no?
No.
Okay.
No. Oh, yeah.
He,
Oh,
he
fuck.
had,
Oh,
he had a
shit.
question. What? Oh,
Oh, what? You son of a...
You had this band called X Called open for you, and I was blown away. Like I thought they were
They're
the
amazing.
best band I've ever seen. And
I got a question for you. What was the name of that band that opened for you?
how was it recording their album, doing that? Because like their full-length album, I think it's like a modern classic.
Great guys, man. Super great. They're just punks, stoked to record. Very excited people, great people, and yeah, they're really amazing because they're a perfect blend in my mind of like psychedelia and punk, which like punk is psychedelic in nature, just like any other music, you know. So it was a really fun experience. I don't know, it was great.
And if you ever were going to cover a Uses Eater song with your band, what Uses Eater song would you cover?
Songs.
Charles, do you remember that one they were playing on that tour that we were really, really psyched on that came out on a single? I can't remember the name. There's one
He doesn't
really
have a
insane
microphone,
song.
but he can't remember.
I don't remember what it's called, but there is one that I would like to do. No, it's No.
Keep going.
What band?
He totally
what-
knows
what is
you
he
better
talking-
than you.
I think that he knows the
He's like,
Steelers
is
better
it
than I do."
pronounced Segall or is it's Segall, you fucking... You're amazing. What, are you just visiting for Pop Montreal? Are you from out of town?
I moved to Montreal after I got divorced.
What?
Ooh.
Hey, I got divorced and moved.
What's that like?
Oh. Dude, let's go to IKEA together. The fucking food is totally easy on the pocketbook. I won't try and make out with you unless I'm on MDMA.
But yeah, it was tough. It was just tough at first, but now like after living here for a while and going to like I saw so many bands and got like really good. Like I love people here. It's really nice here.
That's awesome.
Things like,
Get the man a microphone.
Where are you
Yeah,
from?
hey, yeah. You
Where are
want to
you
sit
from
down here for
originally?
sure, for real?
Where are you from originally?
That would be really good. Thank you. What's your name?
my name's Commander Andy Clark.
Commander Andy Clark, everybody. Let's make him feel welcome.
He's going to make it.
No offense to our guest, but you're literally the best person I've met all day.
I wanted to ask about because I love X Called because X Called like Chris Shaw was such a powerful singer. Like he was just be like,
Yeah.
Shut the beat, hi, shut the beat. He just has a presence where he just like gets. I really love that band. I think he did a song with U2 on stage. It was like not U2 the
With
band, but with
U2?
you when I saw you play, and it was really awesome. I thought
I love Chris.
They blew me away.
Yes. In the Cloud. We played with you two in the Cloud.
Do you always make that joke when you're at a show, when you're playing a show, and there's the list of bands that are playing and the time slots, and it says like Doors at 7, and you're like, the fucking Doors are playing here tonight?
Oh yeah,
That
I know.
joke was a couple days ago that happened.
Fuck. How come they turned up this mic as soon as he sat down and used it?
My mic isn't working.
Well, you are now.
Oh wait.
I haven't
Yeah, it is.
actually though, and this is for like an article in like a zine I'm making. I don't get paid for it or anything like that, but I'm gonna like transcribe all this stuff. And
Is that zine called Cult Montreal?
no, it's just called Commander Clark.
I bet you your zine's going to be more well-read than Cult Montreal.
I'll probably sell at my run of 25.
Fucking cool. I've never actually met a zine
Are you
maker. I've
taking
read.
advertising? Because maybe we could throw something in there.
No, but I'm trying to get a journalism degree without paying for school for it.
By selling zines, that's a great idea.
You want to go do something, or get out of here?
Have you ever written a song?
Oh yeah, a bunch. A bunch. I actually gave one of my songbooks to Win Butler today at the basketball.
He's very famous. I was just, wow. How was his basketball game? Was he better than Bon Iver?
Crazy. He was screaming at the referees within the first quarter, like the first 2 minutes. He was screaming about fouls.
Is that still going
Was
on? Maybe we
Kurt
should go-
Vile there? We were trying to get him on the show, and we ended up with Ty instead.
Kurt Vile here was awesome. He played at Theater Corona a couple months ago and changed my life. I cried when he played Freak Train. I was freaking out. Freak Train is like such a good song. He didn't play Blackberry Song though. I really love that one.
He's something. Is he something or what?
Win Butler?
No, Kurt Vile.
Oh, I don't.
Have you heard Kurt Vile's new drummer? Fuck, man. What a
Yeah,
hack.
doesn't he play in like a metal band?
I think he
Like
used to.
Priestess or
Sounds
something?
like a stupid fucking band, though, whatever he played in before.
Oh heavens.
We've been talking about the Grateful Dead ad nauseum. Is there any Grateful
Regional
Dead
humor.
songs? Regional humor. Is there any Grateful Dead songs that maybe had a big impact on you? Perhaps Dark Star.
The one about riding the train. That was a really good one.
Casey Jones.
Yeah, that's really. They're really. Jerry Garcia had a really nice guitar too. Alembic signature guitars. They're really expensive. They're like $10,000, and you can only get them custom made.
That's how you know they're good.
Well, I'm pretty comfortable right now. Maybe I'll buy one.
They have the cover of Live Dead in the offices of Alembic. We went there once. It was cool.
That's awesome.
It was cool.
Do you guys have any other further questions for the commander?
Keep on commanding, man. That's all I gotta say.
That's my friend. Her name is Mackenzie. She's from Toronto. She's in love with you. She's been in love with you for years. She like once like sat when I think we played.
That wouldn't have been your ex-wife, would it?
No, that's different. That's different. She's a cool person I know. But she once saw you played a boat there with Young Governor in Toronto, and she was like, I was sitting right close to Ty.
I remember that show.
I was on that boat, too.
The boat. Yep.
I actually saw this gentleman. I saw you play with Sonic Avenues at Casa de Popolo, and you were a really great guitar player, and your bass player was
Thank
on
you.
point. Your drummer was really nice too. Your band was
That
fucking
band
on
broke
point.
up, unfortunately.
What?
Yes.
Oh,
that was the band
that's-
that played on the boat, though, the same thing. You were
Really?
there. Yeah.
Wow, man, because you were awesome. That's a bummer.
Thanks.
Well, I guess since we're throwing around so many
I'm
compliments,
still awesome.
what was your favorite podcast that me and Simon did out of all the ones we did?
I'll check them out now because I like the Coug style. Like I like your style. You're like the Coug.
Of not
lose
really
that
putting any
guy.
effort
That's
into
exactly.
anything.
That's a spot-on imitation.
I'm surprised that no one actually really got angry that you were just talking most of the time and like Ty and Mikey were just sitting there like Mikey's like looking at.
Mikey was a little bit angry. Like he was like, I better check my Facebook right now. And then just basically, as our guest went, the story's boring.
Well, you have stiff competition because I was watching Doomsday Preppers all afternoon,
Thanks to
and you know that's some pretty exciting shit.
Actually, Ty,
How come
if you
your
were to
picture
cover,
isn't
if you were
up
to
here?
cover Kurt Vile, what Kurt Vile song would you play?
Good question.
Or Mac DeMarco.
You know what?
That-
I wouldn't even try because I couldn't do it.
His guitar style is just like so beautiful, and oh man, his solo acoustic songs are really what like he's like screams them, and it's just like oh.
He also has songs.
Yeah, he writes
That's
songs.
true. Kurt Vile
Kurt rules.
has written songs.
And he's a nice guy, which is very important.
I think if somebody has a question,
Yeah. Is it, why what?
Why do you do that instead of like?
Because we were broke. We were at Michael's parents' house.
That's my answer.
Yeah. Hey, digital's great. Digital rules. It's easy. It's cheap. but
GarageBand sounds
if you have the
amazing
money,
if you know what you're doing.
Yeah. If you have the money and you want to put more, and that's what you're into, then yeah, tape. But no hating against digital. I just don't like digital clipping. You can blow out a tape and it sounds great. That's my main thing. Sorry, I'm not a very funny person, I think.
No, you are, Ty. I have a question. Commander, what's the highest you've ever been?
One time I took mushrooms and I'd made into a really nice jar of tea, and I was drinking the jar of tea, and I went to this. I used to play in my hometown. I play open mics every week because like I just have to get on stage, like have to perform. And I didn't have a band at the time, so I was just doing like solo sets or like stand up and songs. And I used to live in a place called Kitchener-Waterloo. No one probably fucking knows it because it's a small town in Ontario. That they made the BlackBerry phone, which failed, and a lot of the like economy of the town completely went after that. But yeah, I used to play at open mics, and I was on mushrooms one time, and I played one of the best sets I've ever played in my life. I just like got up and just like delivered.
From what you can remember,
it was
anyway.
powerful. Everyone just shut up. Everyone just shut up, listened to songs, and that was like one of the first times it's ever happened.
Did you say shut up on mushrooms?
No, I didn't.
It's amazing that we're talking
Okay.
about songs.
And then I was like petting myself in the couch. I was just like, ah.
What were some of the names of your songs?
One of the songs was called "The Ballad of Andy and Jasmine." It's about my ex-wife, and it's a waltz. I wrote her a waltz. I wrote her like 3 beautiful songs. Like there's a suite.
There's something inherently sad about a waltz.
Yeah, that's true. It's a beautiful song. It's like a nice one. Well, at least as much as I can say. But anyways, for someone who's nobody, who no one knows here at all, and like really probably don't care about, but she liked it too. You know, she's a nice lady. Her girlfriend now won't let her talk to me anymore. Like that's cool too. Like I got to live my life. So, you know, but it's all right. You know, love is great, and I find love here. I'm in love with this girl named O'Hara Hale. She's an artist in Montreal. I made a magazine for her. If you want them for free, I have them in my backpack.
Do you have her phone number?
I don't, but I have her on Facebook, and
Does she ever go to IKEA?
maybe I'll invite her.
Dude, if you want that love to last, I've learned a lot from Ty Segall. I've learned a lot from Mikey Hepner tonight. If you want that love to last, you take her to IKEA.
Would you say that you're productive because you were in a really supportive, like really beautiful relationship for so long? Like, because you've been like really, really productive and really prolific, as like that's what music press people say. Sorry, thanks, Cougar.
Yeah, I'm sure that has something to do with it, but I don't think it was the main thing. You know, I'm sure like, you know, every aspect of your life has to do with what you do. I'm not sure, but it's been great.
Which was more of an influence, your married or your girlfriend, or the drugs that you've taken in the past?
Ooh, that's good.
My girlfriend.
All right.
Right answer.
Sorry.
She's not gonna hear this.
I know, she won't hear this, I think.
All right, that's it.
Yeah, that's about it. We're going to hang out. If anybody has any further questions for Ty or Mikey,
oh, yeah.
I'm sure that they can hang out for about 5 minutes. And
buy
Commander,
pet
are you going to hang
supplies.
out?
I'll be around for a bit. I'm really thankful for like letting me sit down and stuff. This is like the most. And also today I was on the court, actually the best baseball game.
I bought this couch at IKEA.
Like here I can play. Here I'll play "I'm the Doctor" by Ty Segall on.
That's a good idea.
There's a problem in my brain. Oh, you feel like you're driving insane. There's a problem in my brain. Yeah, you feel like you're driving insane.
Human beatbox.
All you people gonna make me cry. All you people gonna make me go insane. Oh, a problem in my brain. There's a problem in my brain. There's a problem in my brain. Oh, the dog, the Cougar.
That was not autobiographical. Let's come on. God damn it. The Commander.
Live from Breakfast.
Thanks, everybody.
Very much.
Psi Factor and the Cougars.
Thank you.